Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and congrats for making it to the final round of the Monster Tournament. We have entered a bloodbath of a tournament, as one of the subscribers put it earlier this week in comments, because the scores are super high on this tournament, but that's okay. So far through the front 9 and -18, picked up an eagle on every hole. Unfortunately, left my albatrosses just sitting right at the pin in most cases, which you'll see. So pretty excited to get this thing going for you. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Take a moment to hit the thumbs up button before you leave the video. And if you like my content and you would like to donate to my cause this week, you can always click on the PayPal link in the comments section below. Anything is greatly appreciated. Okay, let's go to hole number 1. By this time, hole number 1 is worn out. We know exactly what we're looking to do here. We're going to be playing this thing 20% at max elevation. I put my green ring on the top of the rough. I set up at the +4 yard mark, and then here I just adjust my spins to hole. A sliver of top spin combined with the sliver of side spin to the right. And you got to see here, I got my ball guideline pointing directly at the hole. Now, we do need a perfect ball, of course, on this hole. A great right is always deadly, could cause you to miss the rough or go into the sand. But here you see we have no problem. We're landing onto the green for an easy putt there, again, on hole number 1. That'll take us here to hole number 2. We're going to go ahead and play this shot 0% at minimum distance, which is how we've been playing it all tournament long. We are going to set our spins first and then look for the landing spot. I want you to go with 2.1 or 2.2 top. Here you saw 2 bars of top spin, and we get the slow roll into the cup, which is fine. We still get a hole in 1, but we need just a little bit more top spin so that in case we accidentally underpower our shot, like I'm notorious for doing, we'll still get to the cup. And you'll see that in the next replay, because I did pick up several hole-in-ones on this hole. I spent a couple practice tokens making sure that I had it dialed in, and then of course we had to hit perfect. But here, you'll see with the perfect ball, we catch this nice little spot to pin, and like I said, we get that slow roll in for the hole-in-one. Now that one was only in the 2s. Here's another one at 3.6. Like I said, we set the spin first. Here you're going to see that I do go with a little bit more top spin. So about, 2.1, 2.2, something like that. Same landing position that I'm looking for here. Basically put my yellow ring on the rough line, and as you can see, we're offsetting left-hand side of the cup. My ball guideline in the cup, but left-hand side of the flag stick. That's important to note here on hole number 2. Same thing, we make the elevation pull at 0%. And as long as we hit perfect and we adjust correctly, this ball is finding its way into the hole every time. Here you see we have better speed, but we're still dead center of pin. Now that'll take us on to hole number 3. Hole number 3, we're going to play the first shot 10% at maximum distance of our club. 3 bars of side spin to the right combined with 6 bars of top spin. If you're an extra mile 9 player, keep your top spin at 6. You do not want to go full top spin, as you would roll into the top part of the rough. Obviously, lower level extra miles, you can use yourself just a little bit of OP and a little bit of baby curl to the right. We do use the baby curl to the right just to make sure that we don't accidentally end up on the sand trap that's there on the left-hand side, because a great left could be dangerous on this hole. It always could be. Shot number 2, we're going to go ahead and play it 0% at mid to keep numbers easy for everybody. Here, we're just going to use an offset instead of a slider. We're going to go with 1 bar of top spin, okay? I want you to go with 1 bar of top spin, and then I want you to go, you'll see here, I want you to go with 2.5 bars of side spin to the right. So 1 top, 2.5 right, then find your landing spot. I want you to notice here my landing spot, I have the ball guideline going in the cup, but it is favoring the right-hand side of the flag stick. You see, just like that. We need to set our ball guideline, I believe, outside of the cup. I would have the left edge of our ball guideline touching the right edge of the cup. Does that make sense? So I'd put my ball guideline against the end of the cup instead of going through the cup. which is kind of weird considering that we have a wind push to the right, but the way this ball is rolling out of rough, you'll see here that we just barely miss it to the left-hand side, so we need a slight more offset. You might think about adding more spin. We don't want to add more spin because if we do that, then we're going to have to be setting up in a different part of the rough, which is fine. I just don't know how the ball is going to react coming out of that part of the rough because it's going to be a little bit deeper. Hopefully that makes sense. So I do want you to keep my exact same spin adjustments, but I want you to offset the shot even more to the right. Hole number 4, pretty easy. You know, we're getting tailwind. This is going to be a simple shot. 2 bars of side spin to the right combined with 2 top. Here we move our target until we have that rough bump, and then our ball guideline is flattened coming out of the rough onto the green. So your ball guideline should look just like this on this hole, and I have the yellow ring basically up against the right-hand side of the rough. Here you're going to notice I make my pull at 10%, and then from here it's just about hitting perfect. You could take this shot with something like a Titan if you wanted to. You would need to push back up to max and use overpower. If you're curious on how to do that shot, I do have that shot loaded on the qualifying round the walkthrough, so you can go back to that video if you don't have a berserker, but always save your berserkers for tournaments. You know, load up during the golden shot. All right, I am only showing this shot because on my other account I hit a perfect ball and I missed this shot to the left, and it was the same shot. Could not believe it. My other account is only a -14 because I also messed up hole number 1, so I'm going to let that one fall down the standings because it's not worth where I'm at. But here, I want you to notice the spin adjustments. I did go with 1 bar of side spin to the right combined with the max top spin here. So 1 bar of side spin to the right because my other ball missed to the left-hand side of the cup. I could not believe that I missed that short of a chip in with a perfect ball. So that's the only reason I'm showing shot number 2. All right, hole number 5, 25% at mid. We have been playing this one 20% at mid all tournament. However, here with the straight crosswind push, we need to add a little bit more elevation to get this shot to try to drop. This is not going to be an easy drop. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to set our backspin first to half a bar. Keep in mind, this is only 2.2 miles per hour. I got very lucky to get that when the shot counted. So after you apply your spin, you're going to notice that as you start to move your ball guideline around, or your target, you have a fully developed ball guideline or you have a short ball guideline. We need the short ball guideline. That is what we must have in order to execute this shot. So short ball guideline, and look at the light green square that I'm aiming at. I'm trying to aim in the corner pocket on the left-hand side of that light green square, but I'm just a little bit to the right of the bottom left-hand corner of the light green square. It is important that your ball guideline is not fully developed when you take this shot, or else you will go long. This has always been the nice little trick to this hole in Rookie. I've picked up several hole-in-ones on this hole as we've gone through this tournament, and a lot of people do not pick it up. A lot of people try to go with side spin shots with katanas, but for me, this Navigator shot, as long as we have that ball guideline right, it comes in nice. And you can see here we smacked the pin dead center for a hole-in-one. That is not the easiest shot to drop, especially if you get stronger wind. You'll need to move a little bit more to the left. So just keep that in mind as we head to hole. Wait a minute, this is not the right hole, right? 5. No, this is hole number 6 right here. Okay, hole number 6 is going to be our next par 5. The par 5s, we're getting some headwind here on 6 and 9. So we're going to go again here with the 6 top, and we're going to go with 2 bars of side spin. Well, did I go with 2 on this one or 1 on this account? 2, okay. 6 top, 2 right. Here's what I'm going to say if you're taking notes before you head into hole number 6. There's a beautiful rough bump here whenever it comes to headwind. I do want you to pack 2 clubs. I want you to pack your runner or your hornet, depending on which one has the most top spin and that's going to be best for you. We do want to favor the top spin. So unless you're somebody that has a very high hornet and Rookie, I would suggest bring your runner. But if you have a very high hornet, bring your hornet. Also, I want you to bring your Goliath. Your Goliath is going to have great top spin. The reason why you're bringing 2 clubs with top spin is just because we're going to hit a rough bump shot for shot number 2. And if you accidentally clip the rough and roll out onto the fairway, you're going to be taking it with your long iron. If you get good distance on your drive, you're going to be taking it with your short iron. So just keep that in mind. All right, so here we go. Basically what we're trying to do is just aim down the middle of the fairway here. We make our adjustment. You'll notice here that I used about half a ball of OP, and I even hit a slight great shot to the left. But at the end of the day, that's no problem. We have a lot of fairway to work with here. And as you're going to see, we have shot number 2 coming straight at the pin. Minus 5% at mid is how I want you to play it if you're playing it with your long iron. Minus 5% at mid. I'm very disappointed in myself that on both of my accounts, I hit a great ball. But you're going to see here, we have 5 top. We want to make sure that we leave our ball guideline to the hole and through the hole with our yellow ring at the top of the rough just like that. Unfortunately, like I said, I hit a great ball, but you're going to see that because I hit a great right, we missed to the right, but the speed is good, which I really like. I would love to have this shot back because this is the same type of shot that we play in pro and is really consistent for us. So that is hole number 6. That'll take us now to hole number 7. 10% at max, and we're going to pull over the bullseye. You're going to notice here I'm going to use top spin until my ball guideline is short of the green because we don't want to go too long. Combined with right side spin. So about 1.7, 1.8 right side spin. This is what I want my ball guideline to look like. You'll notice here is nice and short of the green. But the thing here is this is very hilly, so we always catch a nice little roll down towards the green as long as we pull right and we hit perfect. You saw there I pulled 2.2 rings. Pulling over the bullseye will be important on this one because your rings will get distorted as you pull into the sand. So if you pull over the bullseye, you'll be less likely to get, a major distorted ring. I hope some of you were able to drop this shot for a hole-in-one. You see here the speed is really nice, and we come about 2 green squares to the left of a hole-in-one on hole number 7. Takes in the hole number 8, 0% at minimum distance. I'm going to freeze this here in a second to show you the exact landing spot you want. After your spins are set, 1 bar of side spin to the left, combined with about that much top spin. So what would we call that? 0.7, 0.8, something like that. Find your landing spot. The landing spot that you're looking for is going to be based off the dark green square. So if you notice where the hole is at, there's a dark green square below the hole, then a light green, then another dark green. The end of my ball guideline is in that second dark green square below the hole. This is exactly where we need to aim, and you're going to see how consistent the shot is. Again, 0% at minimum distance. Perfect ball. And this thing finds its way home, dropping in dead center for a hole-in-one. Here's another look at it. That first shot was in the 4s as far as wind goes. This one's in the 3s. Same type of spin. Exact same landing spot. Same pull, 0% at mid. Hit perfect, and this ball's finding its way home as well. So definitely love hole number 8. A lot of people are going to go for rough bumps on this hole, and they're going to have a hard time finding the right rough bump whenever it's going to be that long to pin. For me, I like that shot. It always treats me very well. All right, hole number 9. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you go. It would be much appreciated. The more thumbs up that I get, the more that YouTube will spread my video out to other players who are just doing regular searches for like golf class tournament stuff. So that's why we always ask for thumbs up, because it does help spread our channel. Here, we're going to go with half a ball of overpower. I do hit perfect on this one, which is nice, because if you hit a great left, you definitely have a good chance to get yourself into that rough over there. If you have lower level extra miles, you're going to need to use a Berserker or a Power 4 ball on this hole, whatever you have at your disposal. That headwind on hole number 9 is tough for lower club level players, So therefore, either you got to hit a perfect ball at full OP with a Kingmaker, or like I said, you need to bump yourself up to a P4 or P5 ball. Shot number 2, what you're going to see here is you're going to see me playing 10% at mid. That's what you're going to see me play. Set your spins first, 4 back, 2 bars of side spin to the left. So basically what you're going to see me do is play 3.8 rings, because 10% at mid with the Sniper 10 P3 ball is typically 1-to-1. I do miss this shot to the left. I don't want you to change the left side spin. I just want you to take some elevation off the shot and pull less rings. If I were to pull at 0% at mid here, it takes 0.3 rings off the adjustment, which I think is just enough to sneak this ball into the hole. I do hope you find my detail helpful. I hope that you have a great front 9. I'll be playing the back 9 here soon. And also, like I said, if you would like to donate to my time and my channel and just overall support me, then you can always find a link to my PayPal in the comments below. I know some people don't have PayPal. If you would like to still donate and support the channel, just let me know in the comments, and we can work other things out. Whatever works best for you, if you would like to show me that kind of love. Perfect ball. I was really hoping to drop this one and get to a -19, but as you can see here, it just takes off to the left-hand side a little bit. So again, we take some adjustment off and we should be closer. Thanks, everybody.